Okay, this is Zach, and this is Yoga Science, and we were talking about how the wave was made and created, the pattern that it is. It's the first science because it's the pattern of the sun's journey through a 24-hour cycle. It has a generation point, which would be the sunrise, right, in the east, and then it comes up to a peak uh, due north, right? And then it sets in the west, uh, from our perspective, and then it's out of our periphery. We don't really see it much, but we are affected by the electromagnetics that come from it. So like I was saying in the other video, that light, not all light can be seen, but all light is felt. All light is electromagnetic uh, waves coming at you. So that we get to the second part of the wave where it uh, dips down and gets down to its low point right over here, right, and that becomes its end and of its cycle and the beginning of the next 24-hour cycle. Like this is like 12. This would be 12 midnight over here, and then it peaks back up to 6 a.m. back to sunrise again to start this wave again. So and like before, we established that there's a number system, and these are markers, and these number markers 1 through 12 mark the beginning of the wave, and the equilibrium points and the peak points and the end of the wave. So when the ancient Cometians looked at the sun over the year, they would see it at different points. On June 21st, they'd mark the sun would be the highest in the sky, and that would be like here up top, and they would mark it. And then they would see that the sun was lowest in the sky if they were very in the sky on December 21st, right over here, and then they would mark that, and they see it's lower and higher, and they would see that through the year it would continue to go higher and lower in the sky, the sun, and that created the wave. And the wave has the numbers. So like if this would be like 1 over here, and this would be 12 over here, and this would be 6 and 7, and then we have like 10 over here, and we would have 3 over here. And there's a lot of science we can do with that wave, but what the Cometians did, the ancient Egyptians, they decided to turn it into a wheel, to make it into a wheel, so to better communicate the 30-degree angles and the quality of light. So each part of the wave, right, from 1 to 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a marker of every 30-degree spot, and each 30-degree spot in the sky when the sun was moving over would have a quality of light to it, and it would affect a different body system in your body. It would have effect on the nature and the weather and everything else that's going on. So each 30-degree angle is a particular effect on the body and nature and the mind and everything around it. So they made it into a wheel. So we're gonna map this wave now on the wheel, and we're gonna use this natural wheel. There's many wheels. There's birth chart wheels and all that, but this is the original wheel that maps out nature and the human body. So we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna go where you got it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and now this wave is transposing this wheel, we have we're going to say this is the east here, right? And this is the starting point, right? East, and this is also the equinox. That would be here, and here, and here on the wave. Here's the equinox on the circle. These two spots right here, and this would be the north of the longest day, the highest point of the sun, 12 p.m., and this would be 12 a.m. down here, the death and the birth of the sun. And these 30-degree lights down here, angles. Okay, and so this would be west, and this would be north, and this would be south. Just put that on there. And we are going to also go into now that each one of these numbers is a marker and a space, so that's what each zodiac sign is. And for you to understand astrology, we need to know what Aries means. And Aries always means number 1, because Aries starts the zodiac because it's generative light. And this 30-degree angle of light right here is called Aries to this sign. So it has the name. It can be also called number 1, the 1 position. So just think of all the zodiac signs as adjectives, and that they are describing. That they give a character or quality to something, or I like to say an adjective. They give something a characteristic. And we'll go into that as we get into the more astrology section of this with birth charts and all that. And you can see the more personalities of the personality of number 1. The personality of Aries is the same. So we can just go into that right now a little bit. Number 1 is starts everything in numerology. You get a 1, starts everything. And so Aries starts the zodiac, starts the natural cycle, spring. So you can even call this spring here. Aries starts spring. And then the number 2 is spring. So remember too, from the first couple of lessons, that this would be a generative light or cardinal light. This section would be fixed light or operating light, not polluted by the other 2 sides. And this would be mutable light or dissolving light or color. Those words are interchangeable, by the way. So we have these sections here like this, and you have cardinal, fixed, mutable. And so even inside this little section, you have 3 sections. They call it deacons. But that too has the beginning right on March 21st would be cardinal. And then here's the fixed Aries right there. And then over here would be the mutable deacon. So you see there's 3s here, 1, 2, 3. In each one of these quadrants are broken up into 3 parts, because everything has a cardinal, fixed, and mutable quality to it. So here's spring, or this could be the morning. So you see how number 1 starts out the morning and spring and the year, and so they call it Aries instead of number 1. So let's do the rest of them. Number 2 is quality here, and this is Taurus. It's a circle with a little horn on it. You can't tell from this drawing here because I'm drawing on the really tiny on my iPhone. So please excuse my terrible writing. And then we have here the number 3 slot, Gemini. All right, and so here's Aries, right down here for you. And then here's Taurus. And then here, whoops, got a little horn. And then here is Gemini. It's like a Roman number 2. And that would be this little pie that we can call spring, the morning. But you can see that, Taurus has number 2 qualities, and Gemini has number 3 qualities. And we can go into those qualities, but I just wanted you to see that these zodiac signs are markers, and they're positions, and they describe a character. So and that's the way you should look at them. When we get into the planets and how they cross over these zodiac signs, the planet gets a certain quality or a characteristic when they go through it. Just like your body, at different times of the day, gets activated. And then we're going to do the body wheel, which will be very interesting. You're going to love it. But we're going to first, show you that this is a natural, built on nature's organic rhythm of life and pattern of life. So it's the wheel. So here's the first 3, and that's spring. So we have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, and they're 1, 2, and 3. And let's go into this next square over here in the next video.